most awaited, the most interesting, or the most challenging amendment of this year is in the chapter of capital gains. Well, capital gains was amended in the budget speech. Our respected finance minister said that the indexation is going to completely go off. But when the Finance Act was passed, there is a particular sect, a smaller sect, but it is very important, can still have the indexation benefit. As a student, I find this very interesting, but at the same time, the questions can be tricky, and it requires to be understood right from the grassroots level. First, in this video, let me just speak about the short-term capital gain amendment. Well, the definition of short-term capital gain has been changed. The interesting fact is, long-term capital gain is not directly defined. LTCA, long-term capital asset, is not directly defined. LTCA is one which is not a STCA. So the whole definition is on what is STCA. There were three categories previously: 12 months, 24 months, 36 months. This last category is now coming and merging with the second category, which means there is going to be only 12 months and 24 months. It doesn't mean that only the last category is amended, even the first category is amended to include units of a business trust also as a short term up to 12 months, because they are again marketable and they are listed. So that is also falling under the first limit. So there is an amendment for 12 months. All other things will be coming and falling under 24 months. Previously it was just unlisted shares and immovable property. Now even jewelry, all these things will fall under 24 months, and more than 24 months it will be considered as a long-term capital asset. Well, this is the definition of short-term capital asset changes. Then last year they introduced a provision 50AA, which is for market-linked debentures. This time they have enlarged it. It also means unlisted bonds, unlisted debentures, and the provision starts with the word notwithstanding, which means irrespective of your period of holding, the gain is going to be short-term capital gain. Irrespective, when we discuss this, we will elaborately understand. Section 50AA now says market-linked debentures, some units of mutual fund, debt funds especially, because 65% invested in the debt market, that mutual funds unit will become a debt fund. To understand it easily, it's a debt fund. Apart from that, unlisted debentures, unlisted bonds will all be considered as the gain is going to be considered and taxable under short-term capital gain, which means the tax is going to be under normal rates, whichever region you are going to be in. This is interesting to understand, interesting to work out in the classroom, how these questions can be drafted or how it can be efficiently seen. Well, there is always a small thing that section 50 teaches us, that is depreciable asset. Asset can be a long term, the result can be short term. Asset, if you hold for it, the definition of asset and the resulting gain need not be always correlated. What is this? You will understand this also in the classroom sessions, where a long-term capital asset can still give you short-term capital gain. Apart from that, the major change in section 111A, that is listed shares and securities, which gives you a short-term capital gain on which STT is paying. Previously it was 15%. Now this Finance Act has amended and taken it as 20%. So that the government's intention is, do not hold it as a short term, ensure that you are holding it for a long term. That's what I understand, because the long term rate is seen to be 12.5, whereas that is 20. So people would always like to be motivated that why can't I hold it for some more time, so that I make it as a long-term capital gain, paying lesser taxes. Small nuances are being introduced in these type of short-term capital asset definition, short-term capital gain computation, and rates of taxation. We will see all these things in classroom. For students who are writing in May or November 25 CA final examination. Classes commences on 2nd September 2024. Classes are on physical as well as live online mode. To get more instruction about or information about the classes, contact the number that is appearing in the screen. Meet you in the classroom.